Hate to disappoint you guys, but it's been a week and I've kept my promise. And some of you viewers don't know what I'm talking about. Last week on Tuesday, I made a promise that if I did not have 7 new episodes every single day for the next week, I would shave my head. And now we're at day 7 and the 7th episode. I've kept my promise, so no shaving my head. It's probably a good thing I didn't shave my head, because if you take a look at my head, I don't know, it kind of looks a little bigger than normal size, and so I'd have like basically a huge bald head, and people would probably point and laugh at me. So it's probably worked out for the best that I didn't have to shave my head. But now here's the really cool thing about doing all these episodes in a row. I've gotten in the groove where it's not really a hassle anymore. The level of stress has really gone down. And I'm not saying sitting here is just stressful and just I hate it. I love it. It's cool. I have a good time. I get my voice out, my opinions out, and people respond back to them, and I just get input and just have a good time. But in the past, it was like, maybe I did it twice a week because it was just so time consuming, and it just, there was so much stress in doing it. But now doing it over and over and over, I've gotten more used to it, and it's not stressful anymore. In fact, it's not stressful at all. And I just have really good time. So, I would expect episodes to happen more often now, and maybe even daily. I'm gonna try to keep this flow going. So expect episodes of the show to happen daily instead of twice or 3 times a week. So yeah, from now on we're gonna try out new episodes of the show daily, 7 times a week. And if I miss a day, my bad. You know what? I got life too, guys. Wow, did I just take 2 minutes doing all this stuff? My bad, guys. Well, let's get into the news then. Well, big news coming out of Washington, D.C. The Senate has just passed the $838 billion stimulus package, and now the bill is going to be passed on to the White House to be signed by Barack Obama. So, hang on to your hats, because if this doesn't work, we're probably screwed. Now, I don't talk about sports that often, but this has to come out. I was reading the paper today, or actually online, but in the Star Tribune website, it talks about a certain Wild fan, and the fan sits right next to the penalty box, the opponent's penalty box, and whenever an opponent gets a penalty, they go into that box. But once they do, they don't have to endure 2 minutes of waiting to get back in the game. They've got to endure the guy right to the left of them, and his name is Ben Fagerly, if I'm pronouncing that right. What he does is he sits in that spot every single home game, and when somebody comes into that penalty box, he just gets in their mind and just starts just drilling them, and by the time they get back out onto the ice, they're just so mad, so kind of, they're not even focused on the game, and it shows that their playing ability drops after that guy kind of gets in their head a little bit. And I think it's just really funny, because I would have a thrill of a time just doing that. So that's just funny. I still can't figure out that thing. As I just talked about not too long ago, A-Rod tested positive for steroids back in 2003. Now, Michael Tejada, Taco Bell, however you say his last name, has been charged with lying to Congress, because when they were doing the big steroids case, they have facts apparently where he didn't know about A-Rod taking steroids, but he said he didn't know, so he's been charged with lying to Congress. Isn't that funny how you can't lie to Congress, but they can lie to us? I think it's only fair. According to the president of Iran, he claims that we are now at a crossroads, and that they are willing to talk to the United States as long as there is mutual respect. Now, after all that's happened with the Iraq and Afghanistan war and the war on terrorism, and the fact of them possibly having nuclear weapons, and the 444 hostages way back when, how can you enter these talks with mutual respect? I mean, I applaud him for stepping up and saying, hey, let's talk our issues out. But there's a problem. We can't just forget about the things that have happened in the past. Sure, we can go into these meetings with good intentions, but mutual respect, it just cannot be done. You can go in with some understanding and compassion, and maybe you can find some common ground, but mutual respect, it's just not going to happen. You can't expect to go into the meeting and have everything go your way. You're going to have to give a little and get a little. You know, it's called compromise. It's teamwork. It's not a one-sided negotiation. It's not about dominance or military power. It's about diplomacy. And last but not least, hate to say it, guys, but it looks like stamps are going up another 2 Abraham Lincolns. So expect to add 2 more cents to your stamps coming around either May or June. Well, that'll be it for this episode of the show. Until next time, take care and God bless.